Zero waste, high shame, maximum calories. That's the tagline my digestive system lives by, whether I like it or not. While the world debates solar panels, wind farms, and nuclear power, my gut quietly runs its own high-efficiency, renewable energy operation 24/7. Modern energy crisis? Not here. Every fiber-rich meal, every bean, every cruciferous vegetable is converted with ruthless precision into methane, short-chain fatty acids, and intestinal pressure. Calories that I thought I had restricted are quietly reclaimed, gas accumulates, and bloating becomes the uncomfortable byproduct of a microbial energy grid designed to maximize profit for its tiny operators at the expense of my dignity. I work, I exercise, I count calories, and yet my gut produces energy like a tiny, relentless power plant, renewable, invisible, and humiliating. The physical consequences are unavoidable and persistent. Methane production slows intestinal transit, creates long-lasting bloating, increases calorie absorption, and turns every fiber-rich meal into a metabolic trap. A salad, which I naively thought would be light, becomes a feast for methane-producing microbes. Lentils, chickpeas, oats, and resistant starches are all processed with industrial precision, producing both gas and reclaimed energy I hadn't budgeted for. While I attempt to maintain a caloric deficit or adhere to dietary discipline, my gut quietly undermines those efforts. Energy that I thought was expended or restricted is quietly reinvested internally, leaving me bloated, uncomfortable, and subtly sabotaged. The social and psychological fallout is just as relentless. Eating in public, sharing meals with friends, commuting in close quarters, all these become exercises in risk management, strategy, and anxiety. Each meal carries the potential for unpredictable gas, bloating, and humiliation. My gut operates without discretion, prioritizing efficiency over social norms, comfort, or even my own awareness. Fiber-rich foods become high-risk commodities, and every healthy choice is a gamble. Even the simplest attempt at social normalcy is undermined by an invisible metabolic workforce that cares nothing for etiquette or human dignity. Interventions offer limited relief, at best. Low FODMAP diets, probiotics, digestive enzymes, intermittent fasting, or careful fiber timing may provide temporary mitigation, but the microbial power grid inside me is resilient and adaptive. Methanogens, hydrogen hoarders, and fermenters recover quickly, recalibrate, and continue operations with precision. My human efforts at control are met with resistance and adaptation, leaving every fiber-rich meal a negotiation between me and the microbial elite. Calories are extracted, gas is produced, and internal pressure builds, all while I try and fail to predict or regulate the consequences. The irony is particularly cruel when it comes to healthy foods. Leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, legumes, and resistant starches, foods marketed as beneficial, low-calorie, or clean, are essentially fuel for the microbial power grid. Every conscientious bite becomes an investment in internal profit for methanogens, fermenters, and hydrogen-managing microbes. Discipline and restraint, instead of producing results, are co-opted, producing gas, bloating, and subtle caloric gains. Effort, planning, and dietary morality are subverted by an ecosystem entirely focused on internal efficiency rather than human outcomes. Long-term consequences are subtle but significant. Chronic methane dominance, overactive fermentation, and slow intestinal transit are associated with bloating, constipation, and low-grade metabolic inefficiencies. Calories you think you've restricted are quietly reclaimed, and energy balance is subtly shifted. While I track intake, exercise, and measure effort, my gut is quietly running a parallel energy system, extracting maximum calories, slowing transit, and producing gas, a renewable, invisible, and relentlessly efficient operation that undermines the host. My metabolism is only partially under my control. The rest is outsourced to an internal energy grid whose sole mission is efficiency, profit, and gas production. The cruelty of this system extends beyond physical discomfort. Socially, psychologically, and practically, it dictates behaviors, limits freedom, and enforces vigilance. Dining out, commuting, attending meetings, or spending time with friends carries the ever-present risk of unpredictable internal inflation, a sudden spike in gas or bloating that forces me to adapt, hide, or retreat. The microbial energy network operates with zero regard for social conventions, human comfort, or dignity. Every meal becomes a risk assessment, every bite a calculated gamble, every fiber-rich snack a potential source of shame, internal pressure, and reclaimed calories. In the end, my gut is a high-efficiency, renewable, and ruthless energy plant. Calories are extracted, methane is produced, transit is slowed, and social and physical comfort are sacrificed in the name of microbial efficiency. Modern energy crises may dominate headlines, but inside me, the problem is solved. Zero waste, high shame, maximum calories. Every bite, every fiber-rich meal, every attempt at dietary discipline feeds the microbial workforce that runs my internal economy. My digestive system doesn't negotiate, it doesn't compromise, and it doesn't respect diet culture. It simply maximizes energy, produces gas, and leaves me dealing with the persistent, humiliating consequences of an operation that is as efficient as it is invisible. My gut has proven itself capable of turning good intentions into metabolic sabotage, and in doing so, it has made me acutely aware that the only energy crisis I face is one happening quietly, relentlessly, and explosively inside me.